Guest on today's show from People for the Parks and Trails, Aaron Dimick. Good morning.
Good morning.
Good morning.
Thank you for having me on.
Yeah, it's great to see you. Every time we have you on, it's exciting because our town is getting better.
Yes.
It's awesome. It really is.
I'm glad to bring the good news.
You know, you drive around Jackson and, just over the last few years, just things look better. And your group has really taken to the parks and trails, and you're in the holiday spirit this year.
Yeah, for sure. Downtown is looking very Christmassy, and we wanted to see what we could do to bring that to some of our neighborhoods in Jackson. So last year, our group, People for the Parks and Trails, we did two parks, which were Eleanor Mormon Plaza and Betsy Butterfield Park. And it was a really big success. It got a lot of positive attention. It actually brought a lot of people into our organization just by seeing it.
Oh, nice.
So we thought it was a good outreach effort, but also really good to brighten up the neighborhood. So we wanted to do even more this year. So we set about doing 5 parks.
Oh my God. So not just double.
Yes.
You're going for broke. How was it?
Oh, it was a little bit more work than I anticipated, going from 2 to 5, but thankfully we got it all done before Thanksgiving, which was our goal.
Look at these volunteers there.
Yeah.
It was Matt Hines, Andrew Sargent, of course,
Yep.
has worked with you on this organization from the start.
Yep, and then Phil Lauer was there as well. He's one of our volunteers. And this is really just a big volunteer effort. Yeah. Of course, we get permission from the city. Because we want to make sure we're putting the lights in appropriate places and we can use the electricity.
Yeah.
And we want to make sure that they're appropriate for the space. But after getting permission from the city, we have our volunteers go out and do the work of installing the lights.
This one's nice because that was close to your house, so you were
Yes.
probably
Yeah.
able to run back and forth.
Yep.
Just talk about the neighborhoods that, obviously you're out, you see the residents, they kind of come over, say hello, maybe some want to help. What do the residents say about these parks?
Yeah, we've heard that people really like how they brighten up the space, and it really kind of brings some holiday cheer to the neighborhoods. This is kind of a dark, depressing time of year for some
Yes.
people.
Yeah.
We have a lot of darkness as far as light goes. So
Sure.
for me, it's good to brighten up our parks, make them a little bit more cheery. For me, it's also for our organization to take care of our parks year round.
Yep.
And at the risk of sounding very sappy, I think that driving around Jackson and seeing this, I hope it brings some joy to people.
Yeah.
I hope it brings some holiday cheer to people. And the other thing too is we wanted to put them at gateways to our neighborhoods.
Yep.
So we wanted to make sure that they were very visual. We have 28 parks. Some of them are deep in neighborhoods. We didn't really think it'd be necessarily advantageous to put lights in some of the parks that are deep in our neighborhoods. So we wanted to pick gateways to the neighborhoods, a place where we think lights would make a difference. So we have heard from neighbors that they enjoy seeing them.
Oh, that's fantastic. Now, when you were here earlier this year talking about it, there was a promise that
Yep.
if you reached a certain threshold, Santa might just be going down
Yeah.
the water slide at Nixon Park.
And pleased to say Santa did go down the water slide.
I did not see this footage. I need to see this. Was it amazing?
Yeah, it was very fun.
Yeah.
It was actually my first time going down the slide at Nixon Park.
It's not
Oh,
a bad
gosh.
slide.
Yeah, it was very fun.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It was very different than I anticipated. It was much more thrilling than I thought it was going to
Yeah?
be. And especially, well, it wasn't me, it was Santa, of course.
Of course.
For the kids watching. But it was very fun. And we ended up raising more than $1,000, which was
That's
double our
fantastic.
goal. We ended up raising around $1,200-ish dollars. So that was more than enough than what we needed for this year.
Yep.
But thankfully, we can just keep that in the bank, keep it in a special fund, and we can bring it out for next year. I think it's always good to start baseline, and then you can always add more
Yeah.
for the coming years as well.
Well, I think you've had a wonderful vision all along, and you're such a doer. I mean, if you think it, you can build it. They will
Right.
come, and you have proven that. What are you kind of looking forward to in the future here in Jackson?
Yeah, I'm looking forward to doing more parks next year, and want to also do what our organization does, which is go and do volunteer projects in our parks.
Nice.
I think it's important to get everyone involved, get more people involved. So I think over the winter and spring, I want to go kind of do that work of making sure everyone feels like they're included, they can come out and do more projects. And then, so we want to keep the volunteer projects going because that's really positive and people enjoy doing that. But also want to do more fundraisers to donate more things to parks. So in 2022, we got funds from the Community Foundation to provide 2 trash cans for the MLK Equality Trail.
Nice.
So next year, our goal is to provide more bike racks.
Okay.
So hopefully we can do one big donation project a year
Yeah.
and keep the volunteer projects going as well.
Well, it does make such a big difference as I'm touring with clients around the city. I mean, our parks really are kind of these beacons of greatness that I love to show off, and everything is always so clean and crisp. So you guys are doing a fantastic job.
Thank you.
In the one picture you showed when you were doing it, was snowing. We haven't really had snow since, and I'm seeing kids playing at those parks. So they are treasures for our community all year long. So it's great that you have those efforts seasonally.
Yeah, it's wonderful because I think a lot of people don't know that we have 28 public parks in the city of Jackson, and it's anywhere from a quarter acre to Ellis Sharp Park, which is hundreds of acres.
Yes.
So it's a really wide array of parks. So the city can't always keep up with all the needs. I don't look at it as our parks need a great deal of rescuing, but it's more coming together as a community to do what we can to make them even better and really improve that quality of life for everyone in the community.
Well, and that ownership is neighborhood stabilization, right? As the neighborhood comes together to improve things. That's wonderful. I appreciate you constantly just kind of stoking that fire.
Yeah, thank you. I appreciate
What's
hearing
your
that.
favorite park not named Betsy Butterfield or Ellis Sharp?
That's a very good question. I like New Leaf Park.
Okay.
I think there's a lot of potential that we could do there because it's a really good nexus point for the entire trail system. So I really like New Leaf Park. I'd like to see more things put in there to improve that space.
It's right by your hair place.
Oh, yes.
So it's on
right
4th
by
Street.
Headliner.
It's mostly a parking lot for the trail.
Yep.
But I think it could be a really important nexus point to improve. So that's something maybe our park can look at doing. We just have so many parks throughout. You can actually go to the city website and you can see a map of all the parks, and it's kind of like a Google map. And you can see where all the parks are. So hopefully that'll just kind of increase the awareness and maybe get people out exploring what we have to offer.
Yeah, I think it'd be a fun thing for parents or grandparents with little ones to like set that for a goal over the summer is visiting every single one.
For sure.
Yeah, that would be fun.
Cool. Thanks for all you're doing. Thanks for being here today.
Yes,
Erin.
thank you. I appreciate it.
Thank you.
Erin Dimick from People of the Parks and Trails. More of the morning show right after.